did it. Naruto screamed in pain. He didn't even bother to remove the knife. So I'm gonna guess that wouldn't die. From this and that, what's gonna make it fun? He then continued to stab Naruto in the back repeatedly and would leave the knife in his back. He would even dig the blade deep in his back extra fine. He would say needles to say this sucks. This lasts for an hour until he stopped and left. He left Naruto there with knife stuck in his back. Naruto eventually got used to the pain, but not enough to say he was comfortable. It still hurts like hell. The man then came back holding a crowbar on his shoulder. It's time to continue what you did 13 years ago. Demon, he spat out. Naruto shook his head. You really called me a demon? He yelled. The man froze up. You called me a demon, and look what you're doing. My whole life, everyone have called me names and have tried my best not to release the QB. I tried for you guys to acknowledge me, he cried. The man was awestruck. He didn't the boy was this nice, but now the man flinched at what and saw Naruto was crying. But now, after seeing how I will be repaid by you, I'll become a demon you all want me to be. When I get out of this, I'm gonna rip you all your throats apart with my freaking mouth. You want me to become a demon? I'll show you what a demon, he yelled. The man choked and he swung his crowbar at Naruto's head. I'll kill you all, Naruto whispered before the crowbar hit him and head which knocked him out. Naruto shot awake. He crawled back like he was trying to get away from someone. Naruto sitting in the corner like he was a scared child. He took a second to look his surroundings and found that he was in a clean blue bedroom. Naruto ran his hands through his hair, just trying to relax, but felt he had a bandage wrapped around his head. He then noticed that he was shirtless and was only wearing his black pants. Only a few questions went through his head. What happened to me? What the heck was with that dream? And where the hell am I? The door opened and came a girl with a black long hair and black eyes with short of white clothes and a sword each side of her. She looked really nice, but she for some reason looked very familiar. Glad to see you're awake, happily. Naruto stayed back. He didn't want what's going on. She walked closer to him with hand up, showing she didn't to hurt him. Do you not remember me? What happened yesterday? Naruto shook his head. No. He sat on the bed. Naruto was going, well, you were heading to the tree, and I thinking I was you were tripping something, and you fell on the ground head first. After that, I remember now. You're Yami, right? Naruto asked. Naruto relaxed, got out of the corner, and just sat there in the middle of the bed. She giggled. That's right. Now, are you going to let me check your bandage? Naruto nodded, and she removed his bandage. All of the blood from your head is gone. I think you're alright, she said. I was bleeding? He said in surprise. Yep, you had a lot of drilled down your head in this direction. I'm actually surprised that it healed so quickly, she said, being impressed. Hey, I guess I do heal really fast, Naruto said awkwardly. Yami got up from the bed and stood up. Before we do anything, I want to ask you something. Naruto nodded, showing he was ready for a question. Can you uncast your genjutsu? It's giving me a headache. Naruto was looking where the door was. Would it be bad if he just booked it? What are you talking about? Oh, come on. I'm a Kanochi, and I can't tell what is a genjutsu is. Naruto didn't say anything. He didn't know what to say to change her mind. Naruto moved back a bit to get some distance. Yami rolled her eyes. She surprised Naruto, but putting her hands her shoulder. She held two fingers. Release. She watched as Naruto's blonde hair changed black. The whisker on her face grew thicker. His eyes changed from blue orbs to red black slit. Wow. She said in surprise. Naruto touched his face and felt his teeth. She looked at Yami and looked confused. Naruto just sighed and laid his head against the wall. Well, what do you think? She giggled. I think you cute. Naruto blushes, but I look like a monster. So what if you do? I accept yourself like how it is. She put her hands on Naruto's chest. If you're a monster, then so be it. At least you know who you are. She cuddled. Naruto removed her hands from his chest or his cheeks. Why are you telling me this? He asked. She disappeared like she was the breeze. Out of nowhere, a kunai was on Naruto's throat. There are many types of monsters, Naruto, Yami whispered in his ears. Yami got up and walked towards the door. I have breakfast ready in the kitchen. She walked waved to Naruto, telling him to follow her. Naruto got up, didn't bother to putting the genjutsu back on, and following her out of the room. They both entered the kitchen, and Naruto almost drooled at the sight of food on the table. Naruto and Yami sat at the table and began eating. While they were eating, Naruto still had many questions. Can I ask you something, Yami? Yami looked up. Sure. If you're a Kunoichi, then what village are you from? He asked. Well, I'm not from any village. My parents taught me from how to protect myself and just proceed from there. She answered. My turn. What's with your face changing? Should she say he is a Jinchuriki? Why not? I'm a Jinchuriki, he asked. Really? So because of the red eyes, I guess you're a Jinchuriki of the Nine Tails, she asked. Naruto looked down and nodded. Sadly, I am. Yamin got up from her seat and leaned on Naruto's shoulder. Come on, cheer up. At least she made you cuter than before. She got that right. Naruto blushes at both of their comments. So, where were we? He asked. Oh, just outside of the leaf, about 5 miles away from the village, she answered. They would continue to talk the rest of the day. Naruto and Yami became really good friends. Naruto found out that she is 15 years old and that she lives alone. Apparently, she lost her parents when she was young and she had no figured things out on her own. She even showed Naruto a few things to better his taijutsu. But eventually, Naruto had to leave. But just before Naruto left the house, Yami had something. Naruto, you forgot something. She showed him his leaf headband. Naruto grabbed it, wrapped it around his neck. It's nice meeting you, you know? Naruto happily said. Naruto put on his face mask. They both said their goodbyes and left. We'll see each other again, Yami said. Naruto and Sasuke were doing taijutsu only spar. Sasuke and Kakashi were training in mountains for a month and a half. They would come back a week before the exam. Sasuke was excited for the test, so he needed a dummy. Kakashi was watching the spar to see how his two